Good morning, 8:15, August 18th. Big sell-off in the markets. People are taking profits. Bond yields are rising. That is the story. Also, we got it's an OPEX today. All right, monthly expiry of options today. Uh, we got, I think, let me see here. I'll show you guys in a second. Large orders hitting the tape in my ear. 2.2 trillion of equities expire tomorrow. 1.5 trillion of it is SPX. All right. So China Evergrande filed for bankruptcy in New York. Okay, property developer. That is not good for China, right? So Bitcoin's taking a big dip based on bond yields rising. Um, a lot of stuff going on. We keep selling off here um, as I'm speaking. Right now, Nasdaq's in a demand zone, about to break a demand zone. ES already broke a couple demand zones, in one now. Um, so this market definitely is in sell-off mode. All right. Now that I started you off with that, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use market profile and volume profile to find structure in the markets. Okay. We also use, excuse me, supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, and rolling day most traded price of the month and rolling most traded price of the week. Helps you stay on the right side of the trade. Okay, that's why we look at structure. Structure is the name of the game. Okay, structure is the name of the game. And ironically, yesterday for myself, I made money going long on Amazon when the market had that one burst up. Okay, and Amazon, bad news for my CVS holding, but like California, Blue Cross Blue Shield of California dropped CVS as part of their like pharmacy or something like that, and they picked up Amazon's. They're going to work with Mark Cuban's part of the Amazon pharmacy, so that sent CVS down, and a little bit of United Health sympathy wise down, and I went long on Amazon, and you could see the chart. I was long at 134, and you can see what happened once we dipped below that and recovered. Had a nice move. And then I went to work, and I really didn't trade the rest of the day. So that's my story. Now, let's get into this. If you're new, please subscribe, set an alert, be much appreciated. Give me a like if you like what you see. Smash that like button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Gonzo719Jersey. Okay, we can get right into this watch list here. Okay, we're right into the watch list. Boom. There we go. Let's look at this, right? Let me do a little roll call here. If I haven't heard from my boy Wien in a little while. Rosita, not sure if she's out there. Colby, those are my regulars. Maybe they'll join later. Maybe they are listening. But let's get into this, all right? Let's look at that VIX. That VIX is up 4.7%, up to 18.73. That is a very volatile market, okay? Now bonds, finally getting some buying here, up 0.66, okay? Silver and gold getting some love. Dollar's flat. Dow is down 0.49. Crude is down 0.56. I have to admit, I missed my short on crude. That's okay, because I talked about that short. Okay, I'm still looking at it. I'm looking at it. I want it to go back to 80.55 about and reassess. But next week, just for everybody knows, I'm going to be on vacation next week, so I will not be, um, I won't be doing any updates. I won't be trading next week, just to let everybody know. ES down 0.62, Russell down 0.65, Nasdaq's down almost 1%. So the Nasdaq is very weak. Okay, just broke the demand zone that I was talking about. We can get into that later. 10-year yield is down 1.42% with all that bond buying, right? The bonds are finally telling you what was going to happen, right? They're finally, markets moving down, yields are going higher. That's usually what happens. Okay, Ether down 3.28% and Bitcoin down big, 5.37%. Went down to like 26K. That's kind of been hanging around that 30K level, and now it just dropped, right? So I'm not a Bitcoin hater, but like, so much for a hedge there, right? This market's doing it, right? Yields are rising. People might have been like, let me get out of here. Let me buy some bonds, maybe. Excuse me with the slurping. All right. Let's look at the stocks I like to day trade and important stocks that move the market, right? Liquid stocks. We got a leader. That's not really a leader. Down the least is JP Morgan, Boeing, and Netflix, okay? Now, let's go to the 2%ers. All right. We got Snow. Snow just got a price target lowered. Okay. Tesla is being getting murdered. It is being getting killed. Big time. All right. Really bad. Down 2.54%. Baba. So much for that little rally yesterday. Okay. So much for the little rally. Evergrande, filing for bankruptcy. Not good. Coin. Destroyed. Coinbase is getting destroyed, of course, with Bitcoin falling. Okay. People are clearing house right now. That's what you're seeing. Okay. What you're seeing is all this exuberant buying is now getting sold. People are taking profits. Or they just got long at the 50-day moving average on a daily, maybe, and now they're just like, they're bleeding out. They're just like, you know what, I'm selling, and that's what happens, right? They always say you take the stairs up and the elevator down. That's how it works. Elevator down, stairs up. Okay. Now, Nvidia is down 1.53%. Now, it has earnings next week, so this is real interesting. Now, another thing. Let's just finish this out because I got a couple things I wanted to tell you guys about. Let's get into top sector stocks, right? Well, one shining bright moment for me is Johnson & Johnson. That's one of my holdings. I should have added. I'm a little regret when I went down to 151. I should have added. I should own more of that. It's a very good recessionary stock to have, J&J. Okay. However, I digress, and let's go down. There's no really leader here. Okay, we just got laggards. We'll go to the bottom three. CAT, that's industrials, down 1.2%. Salesforce, that's reporting earnings next week, I believe. So that's down 1.25%. Roblox, down 1.72%. That's at 27. Jeez. Let's see when Salesforce is reporting. It's August 30th. August 30th. All right, let's get into those sectors. Let's get into this. It's not going to look very good. All right, we got no leader. Utilities. Obviously, that's defensive. Now, look at utility chart. It's at a very key support level. Okay. Now, NEEs, what I own, that's the largest holding in utilities, is at that big support level. So if we get a rotation into safety, that should be a nice play, right? Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. That is not financial advice. I'm just saying that's where it's at. Okay. Healthcare. That's the next recessionary, right? Staples. Recession, where people are going to go into, rotate into. Let's go back down to the lower. Let's see. Semis. Okay. We got communications, semis, technology, discretionary. Discretionary is Amazon, Tesla, Home Depot. Okay. Down the most. Tesla is just getting battered. Okay. Battered. Battered and bruised. Okay. Now, let's get into some news. All right. So we'll go over here. That's not where I wanted to go. Why is it showing you that? Give me one sec. This is such a pain in the butt. What a pain in the butt. Oh, that's what I wanted. I don't know why I went over there. I apologize for that. I apologize. All right, we're good. We're good. We are good. Let's go over some news, all right? All right, let me get that out of the way. Let me just get that out of the way. All right, so bond market sell off, right? Yields rise. Bitcoin volatility returns. Okay, soaring bond yields. And then something happened with SpaceX. So it says sentiment was also dented by a report in the Wall Street Journal that said that SpaceX billionaire Elon Musk's rocket company had written down the value of Bitcoin in its own, and it owns by 373 million last year, and in 2021 it had sold the cryptocurrency. Musk has become something of a fixture in the crypto community, often posting about the market over recent years. The drop in Bitcoin comes at a delicate time legally for cryptocurrency. Okay, Binance and Coinbase, two of the largest crypto exchanges, now face lawsuits from the security SEC. So when we talked about the Evergrande, so Evergrande files for bankruptcy, not good, right? Yellow, the trucking firm, receives bid for property assets from rival Estes Express. So that was a large freight that went under, and crude is slumping because of the China stuff, right? I didn't know that was going to happen, but crude was overextended. That's what I was talking about. All right, let's go to, let's see if the juice has got anything for us here. Not really seeing anything here that I want to talk about. All right. This is all right. Let's go over to right here. Boom. Okay. So this is OPEX today. Operations options expiration day. Okay, for monthly options. Okay. So 2.2 trillion will come off the books today. This usually causes volatility. Okay. And you can see 1.5 trillion of that is SPX. Right? So AM total 905 billion, PM total 1.3 trillion. Okay? So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, everybody. All right? Now, what happens in operation options expiration, right? Monthly options. What happens is, time decay is down to nothing. And, you can close your positions, things expire, right? And you get ready for the next OPEX. So what tends to happen is you get volatility today, okay? You might get some volatility. Then now what happens after that is sometimes there's this pinning effect, okay? There's this pinning effect of around big gamma levels, large gamma levels in stocks. Okay, what happens is they get pinned because there's so much gamma around that one level. it gets pinned there. All right. So market makers, and dealers, you'll see it just go revolve around this strike. Okay. So this usually happens on OPEX. Is you'll see a pinning effect. It's happened the last 3 or 4 of them that I've watched and been watching gamma levels. They wind up really gravitating towards that largest gamma level. Okay. So that's just important to know. It doesn't always have to happen, but it happens a lot, especially like with Apple. So Apple, I'm going to show you guys. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. Let's just do that real quick. Okay. I'm going to give you an example of Apple. Give me 1 second. Let's go to Apple. And this is just my. Okay. So this is Apple, right? Now the green are all positive gamma levels, and the red you're going to see is negative gamma. Okay. And then you can see the flip point here. That changes from positive to negative. That's why, So the big strike in Apple is 172.50. That's the largest gamma. Has the most gamma is 172.50. Okay. So really pay attention. I can even show you on this chart too. Let's go here. I can show you a little better here. With overnight activity, we'll show you. So we'll open this up. So 172.50, okay? I don't want to do that. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Didn't want to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm going to show you this. Okay. So check this out. 172.50. Look at that. Pay attention to this strike. Okay? Really pay attention to it. 172.50. I might put a butterfly on for 172.50. Now, Apple sold off tremendously. Okay? This is so important, right? And it could fake you out. Apple could drop, watch for a recovery, and then watch later in the day. I would say after 1 o'clock or so, this will start to pin here. Now, like I said, it doesn't always happen, but it happens a lot. Happens a lot. Now I'll go one step further just to show you the gamma. Okay, I'm going to show you the gamma levels. Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to show you why that 172.50. You see this here? Right here. You see how large that gamma is on 172.50? Huge. Huge gamma. Huge negative gamma there. Watch that level. All right? Watch that level. Now, every stock has those levels. Okay? Every one. I'm just pointing out an Apple. I have I have an Apple butterfly already open. I put it on yesterday. I'm targeting 170 for next week. Okay, that butterfly's in the money. And all transparency, again, going on vacation, I put on two ratios, broken wing butterflies, the day before, expecting a sell-off, and I made profit on them, but I closed them a little early yesterday, so I have a little regret there on that. But that's fine, right? That's trading. I'm okay. I made money in my Amazon trade. Doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. But I just wanted to explain that to you guys. All right, 172.50, and I'm not gonna be here next week to see what I see what I mean. But just watch that strike. Okay, you could take advantage of it with a butterfly. All right, throw it out there. Anyway, that's really the news. Now, oh no, there's one thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, and I texted it to Rosita, the chief, Rosa Dazi. You see her in the chat. I said to her, this is very interesting because this sell-off is happening after Fed minutes said they don't see a recession. Atlanta Fed is talking about a 5% GDP growth for the next quarter. And Bank of America said majority of funds are long. It's the most long they've been since, I forget what they said. Right after all that bullish news, what happens? This. Right? Because when everybody is one way, we usually go the other. Just like coming into this year, everybody said recession, and what do? Rip everybody's face off. It's just crazy how this market is. And the only person that's really profiting right now is Michael Burry, because Michael Burry has like millions of dollars in puts. Right. Michael Burry, he's king of the shorts, right? He has huge short position on. And now he's making some money. Right? But every time when everybody starts to get too bullish, the market humbles you and goes, uh-oh. Right? So it's just crazy. This market's crazy. Now, give me one sec. We're going to go into the daily charts. Just give me a sec. In my new express version of my daily charts, we're going to go right into the SPY. Okay. Let's do it. I didn't mean to hit that. All right, let's talk about the daily charts, all right? So, powerful things to note. You guys know I like trend lines. You guys know I like a lot of things, right? Look at this trend line. Look where we came down to yesterday, right? The trend line lines up with what? With what? This is last month's lows. Trend line's right here. Okay, we're lower now. Doesn't matter. But yesterday, that's what I said. I kept talking about last month's lows and this trend, right? Now you got the 100-day move average of 428. Let's look at some levels. 437, then I got 429.66. Okay, so 430 around. I would say we probably take a break there. 430, this should rise. The 100-day moving should maybe rise up to here. That should be a good point to probably take a rest. Because right now we're at 433. We're here. The market is, let me go back here. The market is right here. We're gapping down right here. Okay. Now, whenever you go down, look, down, 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 and now we're gapping down. Okay. Whenever this usually happens, this is a good long if for a day trade. When you go down, 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 then gap down, you usually get a rip your face off like pullback. Now, what I think could possibly happen is you go maybe right back into yesterday's lows to fill the gap, and then you might sell off a little bit. But just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. Okay? Keep that in mind. People are going to get too short, and it might not happen, but I like to look at that, because just think about that. Short, 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 short. Okay, you go down a little bit, and then what happens? People might start taking profits, right? Doesn't mean it's over. Just wanted to talk about that, right? So that's what we got going here. I'm excited today. I don't know if you could tell. I'm a little excited. Um, Qs. Qs. Okay. Here's the Qs. All right. Now, Qs made a big move, right? This is last month's lows. We basically erased last month right there. Okay. Right there. We came right here. All right. Now, let's look at, if we have any levels here to look at here. Let's see. Boom. Okay. 355. Now notice here, this resistance here, resistance, right? So this is a weekly high, came here as a weekly low, right here. Okay, so that's 355. Where are we at right now? 355. So this market, what I would think, could maybe flush under it and hold it. And you either balance here or you rip back up a little bit. Right? I don't think it's over. 100-day moving average at 347. Okay, at 347. Now, look at my levels again. This is why I call this the express chart. The whites are months. So this is last month. This is the month before. Right? So this is June. June's lows are right here, right equal with the 100-day moving average. Can that be a destination where we pause eventually with this selling? Yes. Okay. I think that's a very highly likely destination. Okay. So that's the Qs. Now we go to the Dow. Now Dow, what did I say yesterday? Watch United Healthcare. It got weak, and the Dow took a dump. Past the 50-day moving average, it finally touched the 50-day. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? Right? It went right here. Right? What is this? This is a prior month's highs. All right, this is June's highs, monthly highs, right here. Okay, this is the express chart. All right, so 100-day moving average at 340. All right, now let's look at our levels. Boom. Went right down to a previous level I have, 344.81, right to the tick. Right there. Boom. Next level is 343. Where are we at now? 342. 340. We're down here. 342.73. We're down here. Now 100-day moving average is at 340. Okay. Now I'm noticing a level right now equivalent to my crosshairs. So I'm going to actually mark this as a level. I'm going to find you can see right here. Right here. Notice this right here. I'm trying to see if I can get this. Boom. Right there. That's a key level. 339.93, basically 340. Now check this out. You got resistance here, resistance here. All right, this one. But then you have resistance, resistance, support. And it lines up with the 100-day moving average. So watch 340. Okay, watch 340. Now look, this is the months, this white. So we're still within last month. This is the lows, 337. It's just stronger than the other indexes. Okay, moving on. Russell's getting this. Jesus, more selling. Jesus, right in my ear. That large order is hitting the tape. All right, hit the trend line yesterday. Look where it's going. The 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average is right together. Where is this right now? 182.30. It's right here. What else you got? 180 is last month's lows. So I expect this come to either boop. It's going to stop here. It's going to stop here. Major level here. I could just see it to the left of my chart. Okay. I'm sure that's going to show up when I hit the level. It is 180.72. Lines up right here. Check this big range out and support. 180.72. I expect that to hold. All right. Even if it dips below it, I expect it to hold because you have the 100-day to 200-day. Okay. So we're right there now. And right now, the Qs is the weakest pre-market. IWM second to the weakest. Then the Dow. Okay. And it really, you got to watch United Healthcare today. What really happens with that? Remember, it's a defensive stock. It's a recession stock. So, but that CVS news, they said that's not going to really affect them. So we'll see. We'll see. Now bonds have now given back some of that a little bit. All right, that's that. Let's go into the triple-headed monster. Triple-headed monster. All right. Yields screamed higher. So you can see that, right? Well, so we're down a little bit. We're down a little bit. Now, again, like I said to everybody, look at this. Look at this high. That's when the October lows. I just want to make sure this is the inverse. Bonds are the inverse of the usually of the market. We went all the way up to 4.33. This is where the October lows are put in, and then look, yields lowered down, and the market went higher. Right? Look at bond yields. This started in May. May bonds have went up while the market went up. That's not normal. And now this last rally is sending the market down. All right. So look, we're above last week's highs. We're above last week. We're above last month. Yields are high. All right. Now our friend the VIX. The VIX is elevated. Okay. Look at this. Look at that candle. As I'm speaking, we're just selling off, right? So big candle. Look at that. Hitting the 200-day moving average. All right. Look at this last week's highs. It just broke last week's highs. That was resistance yesterday, last week. Well, now, not anymore. Screaming higher. Okay, let's look back at this. All right. So this is coming up to this area. Can we reach 20? Remember, 16 VIX is a 1% expected move. 32 VIX is a 2% move. So we're getting more volatile. We're getting more volatile. Now let's check out that dollar. The dollar's holding this range. Okay, we're at last month's highs. Okay, holding this range. Let's see what that dollar does. Okay, let's see what the dollar does. Okay, I spent a little too much time, I think, on talking about gamma levels. I apologize for that. Hopefully, I know gamma and all that stuff is sometimes like Chinese, and not to offend anybody that's Chinese. Let me say it's hard to understand. I shouldn't have said Chinese. Hard to understand sometimes. When I first was listening to it, it repelled me because I was like, oh my god, I gotta learn something else. Gamma and all that was like, and then when you dive in, it's not that hard to understand it. Okay. All right, we're gonna go and move on to the market profile here. So, real quick, I'll just show you the hourly chart real quick, just so you can see what we're looking at. All right, I'm a little over the place. I'm a little excited today. So look at this. I have a trend line here that's been honored. So right here, sell here, sell here, sell here. So this trend line is pretty strong. All right, we got supply here. Now we're in demand. This orange line right here is the 100-day moving average on futures. Okay, 100-day moving average on futures is right there, 43.49. Okay, so what I could expect, like I said, down, 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 and gapping down usually calls for a little bit of a rally up to supply, I would think, and hit this trend line. Okay, remember I said that, but again, nothing's absolute. I could be wrong. I'm just saying probabilities are sell, 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 gap down. It's a little reversal. Doesn't mean it's a bull market. It just means it could be a good reversal. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the market profile. All right, I'm going to try to be a little brief because I've been going a little over what I wanted to because I got excited. So let's talk about this. All right. All right. So let's look at our profile. There's a lot of distributions here, but we're going to smooth it out. But we got a distributions. You can see that's the profile, right? Now, this is important, okay? We have excess. In order for this market to hold down here, this is important, okay? In order for this to keep, you need to keep building out volume here. And eventually it's going to run out of steam, and you're going to check back to one of these high volume nodes. If you can't bring the most traded price down here, you're going to do it. So the market works. Okay, so the more and more participants you run out of, it gets thin, then you can do one of these. And it doesn't mean bull market, it just means that that's how the market works. Okay, so we're getting thinned out a little bit. Got some single prints. Okay, all right, most traded price of the week. That is 44.26. Also the most traded price of yesterday. Also supply. Okay, so that's a tough area, right? We're gapping down. Price is here. Here's yesterday's lows. Yesterday's highs. Overnight highs. And again, here's a suggestion for the possible fade. What's our inventory check? Opened here in the overnight. That's the only long activity. Here's the short activity all the way here. We're about 90% net short. This is all setting up like I just said. Sell, 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 gap down, into demand, 100-day moving average for a reversal. Okay, for a reversal. You're at the lows of the session. Look at all the volume was up here, consolidating. And then wham. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so yesterday, what did we have? Another spike with single prints. Spike. Right? Well, I told you about spike rules. So spike rules would mean price would have to be in here to confirm weakness. Well, price is here. That's how strong selling is. Okay? So this is setting up. Okay? Very, very juicy for a reversal. Okay? Setting up for a reversal. We're gapping down. Now, really quickly, gap rules. What are they? Here's the gap, right? That's gap fill right there, 43.78. Okay, so that's the line. All right, so what can we do? Most bearish is a gap and a go. We open up, we just fall. Second most is a failure to fill the gap and we fall. Third most is fill the gap, fall. What's not strong is moving back, fill the gap, start moving into range, taking out the supply. This would be, okay, sellers might be done for a little bit. That's how you have to look at it on a big gap like this. On a big gap like this, that's how you have to look at it. Okay, this is really setting up what I want to see, and we're going to get right into this. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? All right, so I'm going to go with the bullish scenario here. Okay, what I want to see, it's setting up beautifully. So let's even zoom in more. Let's zoom in more, because you guys got to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so let's talk about this. Really pay attention to what I'm saying. All right. Okay. Now, for the market to go higher, what I want to see is this. I want to see this market open, flush down, test that 100-day moving average, recover quickly. Okay. Start making higher lows. Okay. And now what I'd like to see, and I'm not showing you, is a footprint chart. I want to see large sell orders keep coming in and getting absorbed. And then you can get a little bit of a rocket launch and take out these single prints. Okay. And where we're going to go and test the gap. This is the gap fill. Okay. This is the next area where it's going to have problems in this supply zone. This is going to have problems here. Now, this is a bullish scenario, so if it starts to consolidate here and boop, making higher lows, then you can take out those single prints. And now you got to deal with the 50% retracement right here at 4407. Now, remember, that's a bullish scenario. That's me not having any sellers get any traction. But I love it. Okay, but I love it. All right, now, if we're going to talk about a bearish scenario, well, I just gave you them before. We could gap and go. I'd expect to get some support, though, right there at the 100-day moving average and a naked VPOC. Okay, but we could test the next demand zone. Starts at 43.40. Okay. Second one, fail to fill the gap, probably around these single prints, and roll over. Fill the gap, roll over, and then really the nice play also to look at, that should have you foaming at the mouth a little bit as well, is a move up, right? Fill the gap, and then you get into the supply zone. And you make the think the bulls are going to buy the dip, comes up here, whips back down, starts making some lower highs, and then we start the roll. Because you need the liquidity from longs in order to punish more. Okay? Does that make sense? I mean, I'm excited about this. I want to see it sell lower and recover. I mean, there's a lot of a lot of shorts right now. Okay? Okay. Let's move on to the NASDAQ. We can wrap this up. Boom. Here's the NASDAQ. All right. All right. We're going to really quickly go over this, okay? So, let's look at our profile. Little excess at the top, big distribution here, followed by little distributions here. We're starting to get some excess here. Okay. Same thing, right? Look at all this volume here, and there's not a lot of volume building there. So if we extend out, we probably test this volume, try to build it out, all right? We're still way below the most traded price of the week. Most traded price of the month is up here, is way up there, okay? We got that out of the way. Now, let's look at what we did yesterday. Okay, so yesterday, we opened here and just went up a little bit and drove right back down, right? I'm sorry, this is the overnight. What am I talking about here? Opened here, right into the supply. Okay, and then we just, started driving lower, made some single prints. Okay, So let's look at it. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low, price here, overnight low, overnight high. Inventory is here. Look at the long activity. Big orders hitting the tail. Oh man, don't do that fade yet for me. Long here, short there. 90% short. We're still at the lower third of the session. Is prime for reversal. We're in demand zone. Yes, we tipped it a little bit. Okay, in a demand zone, gapping down. I don't have to say gap rules because I already went over them before. So here's the gap fill. Same plan. Same plan as the ES. So that's why it's going to be quick. What are we going to look for? I want to see a move, breaks the overnight lows, recovery, higher lows, and you aim for that gap fill. Happens to be supply. Okay, if you can take it out, you can clean these single prints, possibly go back to the most traded price of yesterday. Okay. Same thing goes for the short. I just want to get in a little closer here for you guys, just to show you a more zoomed in version of what I'm talking about here. So let's talk about this for the short. Okay, same game plan. I am not interested in shorting these lows. No, 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 no. Okay, you want fuel. You want fuel. So come on, shorts. So short scenario, pump, boom. You come up, you fill the gap. Now you got to deal with the supply. Get lower highs. You could then test those overnight lows, possibly move down to the 100-day moving average. Now, most times an overnight low is not secure. Usually don't make a low in the overnight. Usually RTH makes the low. Okay? So, that's the simple game plan today. Okay? You got single prints up here, but then, that's it. So here's our line in the sand is gap fill. You can't go lower. You're going to go and test this area again before you go over. Okay? Okay. I think we got our plans, everybody. Really easy plans. Okay? Now, I might trade Qs, SPY, or most likely take a pick of a stock that I like. Levels and gamma levels, whatever. Okay? Okay. If you like what you saw, subscribe, set an alert. Also, how about a like? Okay? How about a like? Always follow me on Twitter at Gonzo719. All right. So, what did we go over? Sell, 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 gap down. Usually you have some type of reversal. Okay? Usually you have some type of reversal. Now, I just showed you those plans. Very easy plans. Not the easiest trade, I would have to say. But you got to be patient. Okay? And it could happen fast. Now, today's OPEX, spec volatility. Okay? What do we go over today? Look for the pin on Apple at 172.5. Doesn't matter what it does early on. Watch it gravitate towards that strike. And it's crazy when you see the pin happen, because you'll see it at 3:30 about. You'll just see it hover and close right around 172.5. It's pretty crazy. Okay? So, that being said, everybody have a great weekend. Okay? Stay green. Reminder, I'm off next week. I'm going to California, visit my father-in-law. Okay? My sister-in-law, stepmother-in-law, and I will be off next week. All right? Then come back for September. All right? So, have a great day, everybody.